Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Sunday, June 20th, 2021. Really nice right now. We had a tremendous amount of rain yesterday up here at the homestead, which is kind of funny. So, well, before we get started into this video, we'll talk about all this stuff in a minute. But first of all, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. And that's for everybody that takes on the role of a father. Being a sperm donor does not make you a father. Being a father is the one that stands up and taking care of doing the responsible things. That's what makes people fathers. So for all the moms out there that take on that dual role as sole parent and stuff like that too, and I know that happens a lot today, I want to wish you guys a happy Father's Day as well, because you are taking on all the responsibility where a lot of men out there are doing nothing to take care of their responsibilities. But for all the dads that are out there doing the right thing, taking care of their kids, I do want to wish you all a happy Father's Day. I also want to remind everybody I will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Topic to be determined. I got to sit down, I got to figure out what I want to do the topic on yet. But so I want to show you here. Here we are right now in the middle of the day. It's about 2 in the afternoon, and look how wet that ground still is from the amount of rain that we had yesterday. Now, I missed it all because I was not here. I had fully intended to do a second video yesterday, but what ended up happening is I went out for my ride and ended up being quite a bit longer than I anticipated. But I had fun. I will say that in my defense, I had a fun evening. I didn't get back here home until after 9 o'clock. I mean, it was like probably 9:30, quarter to 10. I think it might have been 10 when I got back home. But and on the whole way home, I was looking and going. Now when I was out and about, and I was up in Rochester, and I was sitting having a drink, and it poured in Rochester. And I'm like, well, that's all right. Well, if I get wet on the way home, I get wet on the way home. And I was very fortunate that I did not. So, so I missed getting wet on the ride, which was a good thing. But I was talking to a couple of these guys that were on crotch rockets, and they were like, oh yeah, man, we just came out of this way and we got soaked. And when I got to the halfway point of being home, I had stopped to gas up. And I called home, and Beck was like, oh yeah, it's still raining here. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, I'm going to get soaked. Well, by the time I got up here, it had stopped. And she literally said 10 minutes before I got home, it stopped raining. I'm like, well, that worked out good. So, but we had a heavy duty rain, which is good. It helps everything as far as, as you guys know, a good rain definitely helps revitalize everything, and it's definitely good. So, all right, so I want to talk about the topic that I wanted to talk about today. Now, as you guys know, and I was talking about this in a previous video, I don't know if they're still on the trees or not, but we had caterpillars bad this year. I've never seen them like they were this year, and they were all on the undersides of these, and you can see a lot of these leaves have been eaten, and we ended up, and people, oh, there's natural ways to do it. Well, it was already too late because we had already used the 7 dust. But we had used the 7 dust on things just because the caterpillars were that bad. And so they were, like, I mean, you can see, I mean, when you look at these leaves here, this leaf here, like these guys here, just everything's eaten. Now we got new leaves coming out, which is a good thing. But this is something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. When it comes to gardening, when it comes to trying to be as self-sufficient as you possibly can be, there's many things that you're not going to have control over. Pests. You don't know from year to year what the type of pest you're going to have. You don't know year to year what kind of weather you're going to have. And so, you need to plan accordingly. When we did our outside garden this year, we also have things growing in the greenhouse. So we did that on purpose because, again, here's an example. Let's say we have some monstrous hailstorm that comes through and decimates our entire outside garden, right? What do you do then? Where's, all your planning and all your getting ready and planning to be self-sufficient? Say it's a post-event. I mean, that's definitely even more of a reason. So it's a post-event, and now all of a sudden your entire garden has been destroyed. You're not getting any crops. How do you survive? So one of the things that I want people to think about is proper planning for contingencies and those type of things. So with having other things in the greenhouse, no caterpillars got into the greenhouse, all right? No caterpillars got in there and ate anything. So whatever we have growing in the greenhouse has been perfectly fine. And I think that that's important. I really do. And people need to be paying attention to those type of things. You have to have your plans, your backup plans, and your backup plans to your backup plans. We never know. Now, one way that I could kind of help deter things as far as weather-wise goes, I could do hoop gardens, like tunnel gardening, okay, and have access to be able to get in and stuff like that. And that's going to kind of determine how much rain you're going to be, getting on your plants and all that type of stuff as well. But you have to always have those plans, because in a worst case scenario, it is the end of the world as we know it. You are depending on that garden to survive. Now, the beautiful thing about nature is nature will provide. So there are a tremendous amount of wild edibles. There are a tremendous amount of medicinal plants out there in nature that you can harvest, that you can eat, and have to help sustain you, to help keep you going. And they're there, okay? So that's what people need to know. It's really, really important to have that information, to know what's going to work, what's not going to work, and be able to utilize that. I'm looking at this tree. So, well, this one here, this one in the center of these two, that one is dead. That one's definitely got to come down. But if you look at that last tree, guys, there's that one branch, nothing on that branch, nothing on that other branch. So I could cut, not the one kicking out here, but the other one. I could cut that. That's a dead branch, and get that off of there. I'm just looking at that. I don't know, I just noticed that. So Bill is coming, not this week coming up, but he's going to be coming back the following week, and he is going to clean this out. Get in here with his bulldozer, and he's going to clean everything out. What I want him to do is, when he comes, we have like these little stubs here. You see them here, right? There's another one there. Obviously this tree branch here, but there's a lot of like little trees and stuff like that. I want him to scrape this whole area. There's another one there. And where this little new bush of crap is growing, that's another one. So I want him to scrape all this, clean this all off, get rid of all these high spots. I know when we were working in this area, we kept tripping over these things all the time, and it was not a whole lot of fun. You got, like I said, you got the stump here, you got another stump here. So, with cutting down or cutting back these trees, that definitely happens. So, something to pay attention to. So we're going to get this whole area is going to be cleaned out, like I said. And so I do plan on having, through this area, I want to have like fruit trees and that type of thing in here. And so that is part of the game plan. Obviously this pile of dirt is going to stay, because that's the composted cow manure. And so at the end of the season, a lot of that dirt is going to go back into these raised beds, because things will settle, especially the first 3 beds on this side, because those were the ones we did this year. Those will really settle. I might just wait till the spring, cover that over, and first thing in the spring, add the dirt everywhere. So, but that's, but this whole area, I want this whole thing cleaned out, and then we're gonna, planning on putting in some fruit trees throughout that area. And then I know that I had said this before, but I just kind of wanted to say it again. This area right here, once he scrapes everything and gets all that squared away, I want to have a woodshed put in here for Mom and Beck, just like my woodshed that I have over there. Put that in, get that here for them, so that we can get their wood out from under tarps and all stacked inside of a woodshed, so they're going to be in way better shape for winter. Okay, they had a lot of wood left over from last winter, which is great because that's the wood you'll burn first. And then we got the other 4-face cord over here, which will go into that woodshed as well. And so that is the game plan. But we got to get this cleaned all out, all flattened down, and then we go from there. So lots of work to do. I'm going to have to end up getting more stone brought in. Where they dug up, that's going to settle down as well. I want more stone all in that area. And I want the path coming off the house to the woodshed to be all stone, so they're never walking through the mud or anything like that. I want to make sure that that is all squared away. So that's part of the agenda as well. Margie will be back tomorrow, and she's bringing her cats, and she's planning on hanging out for the summer. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you're newer to the channel, Margie is one of my sisters, and so she plans on hanging out here for the summer. And so she's going to be in this. Now, I'm going to be taking this gray wolf with me when I go down south for the winter. That was Margie's idea. That was not my idea. Margie had said to me, so people were like, well, where's Margie going to stay for the winter? Margie is still in her apartment. Her lease is not up until April of next year. Okay? So what the game plan is she will winter in her apartment. In the spring, she'll come back up here, and she'll be here, and then obviously she's planning on coming down to West Virginia as well. And when she comes down to West Virginia, then she will be living in this. So that is the game plan there. And so it's a beautiful RV. It is really, really a beautiful RV. So plenty of room in there for one person. You know, it's more than enough room. And so that's going to be really, really good for her. So, but so there's that. All right. Chickens are doing well. Yesterday, our egg count for yesterday was 9 eggs yesterday. We ended up yesterday with 9 eggs. And obviously, if you want to see today's egg count, then you'll have to come on the live stream tonight. So again, please join me tonight, 8 p.m. for the live stream. And we will be discussing, I'm not sure what yet, but we will have a good discussion no matter what. And so I will see you guys all tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the live stream. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a fun time yesterday, guys. So again, I apologize for not putting up a second video. But every once in a while, you have to go out and let your hair down a little bit. And that's what I did yesterday. So, but I had fun. I had a good time. So, but anyway, there's all the pups hanging out. They're like, okay, we're just going to chill. It's very warm today. Mid-80s, high humidity. And again, with all the rain that we had, it makes the humidity that much more. So, but everybody's doing well. All right, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. We are one race called the human race, and people really need to remember that. And you'll be much better and you'll get much further in life by doing that. Secondly, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that you love and you care about every single day how you feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. So I have to tell you this. Little Miss Hella is used to Daddy being around all the time. So because I was not home and they were in the house, Becky had put them in the house because it was raining, she was a very, very naughty girl in the house. Not you, Pandora. You were a good girl. Yes, you were a good puppy. But not Hella. She tore up a few things. But she did that because she was mad because I wasn't home. They're so funny. All animals are so funny. So anyway, guys, I will see you all tonight. I hope everybody, again, I hope you've had a good weekend. I hope you got to enjoy some halfway decent weather. I know down deep south on the Mississippi and stuff, you guys are dealing with flooding, not fun at all. We may talk about that a little bit again tonight as well. All right, I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.